Hi, and welcome. If you are looking to find some new good fantasy books that you haven't read yet, I have some tips for you on how to do just that. My first tip is to start by searching out fantasy top 5s or top 10 lists. And you might have to look at different people's lists for this because you will get people who suggest the Tolkien books, the Sanderson, the George R.R. Martin books, ones that you probably already know about or have probably already read or tried to read. But a top 10 fantasy book list of the year is a great place to start. And a lot of people update their top 10 lists every year based on what they've read and based on new releases that have come out that you may or may not have read yet. My second tip is to come right here to YouTube and search for some booktubers. Most booktubers' job is to read and review books. If you find a good fantasy booktuber that you like, that you enjoy listening to, that has similar taste to you, subscribe to them so when new books come out or when they review something new, you can be pretty sure that you can trust their opinion and agree with their opinion. And if the new Sarah J. Maas book comes out and they say, don't bother, not worth your time, then you don't have to waste your time trying it out for yourself. I am sorry to the Sarah J. Maas fans. They are not my thing. I would love to say subscribe to this channel for some great book reviews, but I mostly do character studies from fantasy books, so subscribe if that kind of thing sounds interesting to you. My third tip is to join groups on social media. So whatever social media platform you find yourself on, you can either join a fantasy book group, follow a hashtag, however it works on TikTok or Twitter, I wouldn't know. But there have been a few times where on the Facebook fantasy book group I'm part of, I just say, hey, I'm looking for this type of thing. And people will come into the comments saying, try this, try this, try this, because they have read those books and they can tell you what they liked or didn't like about it. Following a hashtag is a little less discussion based, but if you follow the hashtag fantasy books or fantasy bookstagram, you will have things coming up in your feed that you might not recognize and might not have read before. And a lot of these bookstagrammers will leave a long review about the books. My fourth tip is to get really specific about what type of fantasy you're looking for. The fantasy genre is huge and wide and includes so many things that you might not enjoy that much. So it's not going to matter if this bookstagrammer or booktuber gives something 5 stars if it's not going to be your style. For example, I would like to read high fantasy with big action battle scenes, or I would like to read some grimdark fantasy, or fantasy with dragons, or fantasy with 0 romance. I see that one in fantasy groups a lot. No romance for me, no thank you, give me suggestions without it. You can also search for adult fantasy with minimal violence. You can search for fantasy that's not based on the medieval European world. Get more specific about what you want and your results will be better for you. And my fifth and last tip is to read the reviews. You've done your searching, you have found some books that look really interesting, but a book is a time commitment. If you're buying the book, it's a money commitment, and you don't want to waste your time. You want to know whether it's good. So read those reviews. People will let you know whether it was worth your time or not. And hopefully you're getting your reviews from a source that you trust. Maybe you have found those booktubers or bookstagrammers that you get along with, that you agree with. So when they say, oh my gosh, this book was amazing, you can go, if they think it's amazing, I'll think it's amazing. There's so many books to read and so little time. I wish you the best of luck on your book finding journey, and I hope you find just what you're looking for. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.